Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another exciting edition of Sports for Less Daily Update. After some penultimate matches of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, I've seen numerous posts about the Super Eagles qualification on the various social media platforms. But don't write off the Super Eagles just yet. Many have counted them out, but with the numbers that I have, it's still whisper hope that the Super Eagles can make it to USA, Canada, and Mexico. And as a Ghanaian who has followed the Super Eagles through the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers journey, I can state it emphatically that if they surpass that of Lesotho, God willing, tomorrow, and that of Benin Republic on the 14th of October 2025 at the Gosio Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, they can rise again by being part of four of the best runner-up at the end of the qualifiers. The Super Eagles are still having wings to fly to USA, Canada, and Mexico. And I'm dedicating this whole update to the qualification of the Super Eagles of Nigeria to USA, Canada, and Mexico. Don't be populist. Just calm down. We can still make it to USA, Canada, and Mexico. I need more likes for this video. At least we should give this video 2,000 likes. After that, share to other social media platforms. If you are new on this platform, subscribe to the channel, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. As usual, my name is Solomon Kwadwo Asante, your only nomenclature, world engineer's philosophy in sports, a Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports with a Nigerian name, Solomon Chukwu Emeka, the only one. Leave your decent comments in the comment box for special shoutouts in my subsequent videos. And no more, straightforward, let's get into the video and how the Super Eagles can still make it to the 2026 World Cup tournament at USA, Canada, and Mexico. To every competition, we have rules. And with respect to the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, we have two rules govern it. The first one is winner of each group. We have 9 groups. At the end of the qualifiers, we want 9 countries automatically qualifying. Winner of each group will automatically qualify to USA, Canada, and Mexico. And the second rule is that at the end of the qualifiers, they will select 4 of the best runner-up to compete in CAF playoff, of which they will choose the winner for intercontinental playoff. For that aspect, they will use the FIFA ranking to rank them. So from 1 up to 6, 4, 5, 6 will compete. Talking of 3, 4, 5, 6, they are going to compete. And first and second will be on the standby. At the end of their semi-final, within 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, within the FIFA ranking, they will qualify. 2 of them will qualify to the semi-final, in addition to the other 2 on standby list. They will compete in the semi-final for the grand finale, and the ultimate will automatically make it to the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. And within the 2 rules, the Super Eagles is still having the upper hand in qualifying. They can qualify right from group winner automatically qualifying to USA, Canada, and Mexico at this moment. Same as they can use the other method in qualifying to USA, Canada, and Mexico. With respect to the first method, as winner of each group qualifying, at the moment, Nigeria is in Group C with Benin leading the group. South Africa second, they are all having 14 points. They are being deduced with goals different. And Nigeria is third with 11 points. So if Nigeria is able to win the remaining 2 matches, they will go to 17 points. Same as South Africa and that of Benin Republic. But they'll be looking at the results elsewhere that at the end, if they're able to beat that of Lesotho and Benin, they'll be in parity with Benin 17 points. South Africa at that moment, we don't know what will transpire within their matches against Zimbabwe and their last game. If it happens that way, in the benefits of the Super Eagles, automatically they can lead the group and qualify as the winner of Group C. So what is left onto them is to win convincingly. Let's talk about the second rule, being part of 4 of the best runner-ups for CAF playoff. Now let's talk about how they are going to make it to the 2026 World Cup tournament at USA, Canada, and Mexico. And it only comes in using the Eritrea factor. As it stands now, let me just communicate it before I proceed with details of how it is going to work. It has not been confirmed by CAF and FIFA. Neither CAF nor FIFA have confirmed that officially they are going to use the Eritrea factor. But I will explain for you to know that it will definitely work. Now, before the commencement of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, Eritrea withdrew from their group. They were in Group E with Morocco and others, but they withdrew. And their withdrawal will likely benefit the Super Eagles based on the previous antecedents or the precedents. They've once used it. They've used it during FIFA World Cup qualifiers here in Africa. They've even used it in Europe. They've used it elsewhere, and definitely they are going to use it in the benefits of the competition or of the qualifiers. Aside that, their elimination or their withdrawal have now created something that we call imbalance among the various groups, because from Group A to Group I, except Group E, where they withdrew from that group, everyone is having 9 countries, left with Group E having 8 countries. So if you are starting to juxtapose to know best of the runner-up, meaning we are going to fall short within Group E and it's not going to benefit them. With that, they can't add 6 points to that of the country that will be second in Group E. If it is so, they will just start it in a way to deduct points. That is where they are going to use the method that they will ignore all the points accumulated from the second place countries of each group, from their lowest ranked countries in each of the groups. So when you are talking about the lowest ranked countries, this time around, they are not going to use FIFA ranking. FIFA ranking doesn't matter in the lowest ranked country in any of the groups, because at the end of the journey, it matters where your position was. Even if you are Ghana and at the end of everything, you are last in your group, that is where you are going to be counted among the lowest ranked country, where they are going to use the points being accumulated from the second place country in your country, and they are just going to ignore it at that moment. So it will work for that of Nigeria, in the sense that Nigeria, looking at their group now, Zimbabwe is last, and Nigeria accumulated 2 points from that of Zimbabwe. So at the end of the journey, if Nigeria is second in Group C, they will have 17 points. With the 17 points, they are going to deduct 2 points, remaining 15 points. So if Nigeria can make it to the World Cup tournament after winning convincingly in the last 2 matches, at the end of everything, they are going to compare them, create that balance. The effect is every runner-up is being compared with the same number of matches. They are not going to take one out. They are not going to take the other one out. Whatever it is, based on the Eritrea factor, it is going to work. And even the concern that Eritrea withdrew from the World Cup qualifiers was due to political asylum. Their government was like, if they travel overseas, they will not come back. They are going to look for where they will be comfortable with. And definitely, it might happen. That is why they withdrew before the commencement of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. On that note, I have collated everything for you to know the understanding of how the Super Eagles can make it. After some matches of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, they are going to proceed, God willing, this evening till tomorrow, before we move on to the last matches of the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. These are the runner-ups at the moment based on the ranking of the second. Gabon, 19 points. Madagascar, 19 points. Gabon is 7 plus 10 goals. Madagascar plus 8 goals. Burkina Faso, 18 points plus 13 goals. Cameroon, 4th, 18 points plus 12 goals. DR Congo, they've played 8 matches with 16 points plus 7 goals. Namibia, 15 points plus 8 goals. Uganda, 15 points plus 5 goals. South Africa, 14 points plus 3 goals. Niger, 12 points plus 0 goal or no goal. Now, don't be panicked, okay? Let me give out the explanation for you to know that as you've had a full glare of what you've seen on your screen, still the Super Eagles can qualify. This is what they are going to use. So at the end of everything, looking at Burkina Faso, when you are talking of Burkina Faso being part of the runner-ups, they are having only 1 match left. And Burkina Faso is second in its group. Djibouti is 6th in the group. And they scored Djibouti an away game by 6 goals to 0. And in the home game, they defeated Djibouti by 4 goals to 1, meaning they accumulated 6 points from Djibouti, and they are going to take 6 points from them. Now, you let me talk about the runner-up. I'll just come out with the point deductions. DR Congo in Group B, second. South Sudan in Group B, 6th. DR Congo defeated them an away game by 4 goals to 1, and they also defeated them home game by 1 goal to 0, meaning they had 6 points from South Sudan. Group C, we have South Africa second, Zimbabwe 6th. South Africa defeated Zimbabwe in the home game by 3 goals to 1. God willing, tomorrow they'll be playing the away game against Zimbabwe, and they're having 3 points at the moment. Let's put it there. Group D, Cameroon is second, Eswatini is 6th. Cameroon, when they faced Eswatini at home grounds, they defeated them by 3 goals to 0. Away game, it was 0-0. So they had 4 points from the lowest ranked country in their group. Talking of Eswatini. Now to Group E, for that one, it's not part, because that is when Eritrea withdrew from it. Now let's go to Group F. Gabon is second in Group F. Seychelles is 6th in Group F. At the end of their 2 matches, they had 6 points. 4-0 away, 3-0 home. So they are going to deduct them, or they are going to ignore the 6 points against Seychelles. Let's go to Group H. Namibia second. Sao Tome and Principe 6th. They accumulated 6 points. Talking of Namibia, home game they won by 3 goals to 0. Away game they won by 2 goals to 0. Group G, Uganda second, Somalia 6th. Let's look at the points accumulation from Somalia through Uganda. Uganda defeated them both home and away. 2-0 home, 1-0 away. Now to Group I, Madagascar second, Chad 6th. Madagascar defeated Chad, home game 3 goals to 1, away game 0 goals to 3, as in their favor. They had 6 points. So for now, these countries, some of them have played 9 matches in all. For Group B, Group C, Group F, Group G, and Group H, they are going to proceed, God willing, this evening through to tomorrow. Now let's talk about the points accumulation based on what you've seen. Talking of best runner-ups at the moment, of which the Super Eagles can qualify. Gabon is having 19 points. So they have 2 games to go. If you are to take the 6 points of the point they accumulated from the lowest ranked country in their country, they'll be getting 13 points. They have 2 matches to go. With the 2 matches, an away game against Gambia and home game against Burundi. So to me, Gabon can make it to be part of 4 of the best runner-ups. So Gabon, definitely they will go through. Let's come to Madagascar. Madagascar, at the end of points ignoring from Chad, they will get 13 points. They have 1 game to go against Mali, an away game. Definitely, it will be tightly contested for them against Mali. So let me put asterisk there. It will be very difficult for them to win against Mali. An away game in Mali will be difficult for Madagascar to win. So they can still stay at either 13, 14, or 16 points, but definitely it will be difficult. Just put it in mind that if Super Eagles win all their 2 matches, they are going to get 15 points. If they dock them, 2 points from that of Zimbabwe. So you have to put that one aside. Now, let's proceed with that of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso will get 12 points after points docking from the lowest ranked country. They have 1 game to go, and definitely they will beat Ethiopia in their home grounds. They will be getting 15 goals. So if you compare that one to Burkina Faso and Nigeria, if you compare Nigeria points to that of Burkina Faso, it will depend on the goals that each country is serving. So Nigeria have to defeat Lesotho as many goals as they can. Now let's talk about Cameroon. Cameroon will get 14 points. They have 1 game to go. A home game against Angola. It will be tightly contested, but assuming if they win, definitely they will get 17 points ahead of Nigeria. DR Congo will get 10 points. 2 games to go, away game to Togo and that of Sudan home game. Can they win these 2 matches to get 16 points? That one will be another topic to talk about. Now let's talk about Namibia. 9 points, 2 games to go against Liberia and Tunisia. It will be very difficult for them. Uganda, 9 points, 2 games to go against Botswana away game against Algeria away game. It will be very difficult for them. So now, if Nigeria is to win the two matches against Lesotho and that of Benin Republic, they are going to get 15 points. That is when you dock 2 points from that of Zimbabwe. Comparing it with other countries being the four best runner-ups, it will be very difficult at the moment for other countries. For me, I've tipped Gabon to qualify, Burkina Faso and Cameroon, and maybe Nigeria will be part. So now the ball is in the courts of the Super Eagles to do whatever they can do. With this explanation, I know it's very clear to the hearings of everyone. I've gotten time to explain every bit of movement to know about the World Cup qualification. Don't let people throw dust into your eyes that they can't qualify. They can still qualify. At the end of the final whistle, the Super Eagles can still qualify at this moment. So let's keep that support to the team. Let's pray to support them that convincingly they can do it against that of Lesotho, God willing, tomorrow, and that of Benin Republic. That is why I have given every bit of explanation for you to get to know how things are being done based on their qualification mood. So with the two rules governing the CAF 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, the Super Eagles can still make it. I know the first one is very difficult and very doubtful at this moment. Even if it doesn't happen that way, they can still use the second mode, of which I know after the qualifiers, FIFA will come out to confirm that they'll be using the Eritrea factor, because you can't select the best runner-ups without comparing it equally or having a balanced comparison. That is what I mean. And I know it's very coherent and transparent to the hearings of everyone. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asedu, and my amazing graphic designer, Dominic. Subsequently, I will give you shout outs. Go Super Eagles. Go Nigeria. I will come back with more updates. Bye bye.